Good morning and welcome to this special edition of our Thoughtful Thursday series. We are celebrating a historic event today and have some fun in store for you in this 11 o'clock hour to kick things off. Because of the historic spacecraft launch taking place at 4:33 p.m. today, we have Roper Mountain's planetarium specialist Maggie Connelly with us now as she discusses the unique way the astronauts will return from their mission and how to test it yourself at home. As always, please let us know what questions you have along the way, and we welcome your thoughts on what you see being developed. Welcome to Thoughtful Thursday, Maggie. Let's take it away.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. Welcome, folks. I'm so glad that you joined us today, again, on this Thoughtful Wednesday instead of Thursday. As Amanda mentioned, there is a very historic space launch happening this afternoon at 4:33 p.m. We're going to launch astronauts from American soil since 2011, and that's kind of a big deal. I don't want to talk too much about the launch right now. We do have a video that will be shown at 3 o'clock today, where we interview a NASA education specialist who will tell you a little bit more about it. What we're going to talk about right now, though, is what is going to happen when those astronauts return. So, when the astronauts are done with their mission in the International Space Station and they return back to Earth, they're going to have to parachute out of their spacecraft into the water. And that made me think, like, how can NASA make sure that these astronauts are safe? How can we make sure that they're landing safely? And so I thought about something called the engineering design process. Now, this is the process that engineers can use to solve problems. And today we're going to talk about those steps, and we are actually going to test out a parachute that I made for my astronaut instead of astronaut. So the first step of the engineering design process is to ask, so what is our problem? Well, our problem is that we need our astronauts to return safely. Now, when we think about that, though, that might bring up some other questions. So what materials can I use in my design? The good thing about this activity is you can use any materials that you have available that you're allowed to use. You might also say, well, what does it mean if my design is successful? Well, in our case, since we're using eggs, we are going to say that a successful design, is if our egg doesn't crack. So now that I know my problem and I know some of those things, I'm going to start to imagine some different ideas of how I can make a design for this. So I thought about a few, and then I actually picked my favorite one, and I drew it out. So what I did is I am going to take my egg, I'm going to put him in a Ziploc bag to help protect him in case he does crack. We're going to put a rubber band around it. We'll have some string on both sides, and then I'm going to use a plastic bag. So part of the engineering design process is to draw this out. You imagine it and you draw it out, and then when you make your plan, you want to list all of the materials that you'll need. So that's what I did. I also wanted to show you this to show you that you don't need to be an artist. This is not a great drawing, but it gets my thoughts down. That way I remember what I'm trying to build. The next step that we do in our engineering design process is that we're actually going to build or create our design. Now, I went ahead and did that. That way I didn't have to bore you just watching me make something. So here is my design. I have my egg, just like I said. He's in a Ziploc bag. There is a rubber band around it. There is string. And then we have our plastic bag. So now that I have created or built my idea, I'm going to test it out. So in order to test it out, I'm going to go up. We have some stairs right behind me. I'm going to go up a little high, and we're going to drop this. We're going to see what happens. All right, guys, do we think this is going to be successful? No, let's find out. All right, let's count it down. Oh, hang on, and a little bit there. All right, we're going to count it down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, let's go check out what. astronaut did not survive his landing. But that's okay. That's all right, guys. Part of the engineering design process is to improve on your design. That's the next step. So now that I know that this doesn't work, I can think about other things that we could do. Maybe a different material. Maybe I could put some cotton balls in the bag to soften the blow. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to improve on our design. Now, once I improve my design, I'm going to retest it, and I'm going to keep retesting it until it's successful. We're not going to do that on this video right now, but that is something that I want you to do if you decide to do this activity. Go ahead and keep on improving and testing your design until you have a successful one, and then you can share it with us. So on this post, on the comments section, you can post a video maybe or a picture. And even if it doesn't work, that's okay. That is part of the process. We have to understand that sometimes things don't work the first time that we do them, but we keep trying until we're successful. So that is a little bit about using our engineering design process. I really hope to see some videos of people who might try this activity at home. Do we have any questions? All right, well, that's okay if we don't. Again, please continue to check us out throughout the day. We are going to do a virtual countdown. We'll post throughout the day of updates as these astronauts get ready to be launched into outer space at 4:33 p.m. today. And our 3 o'clock, we'll have that interview with our NASA education specialist. So thanks for tuning in, and we really hope that we get to see you here at Roper Mountain again soon.